Hello and welcome to Loudmouse. It's the podcast where three loud boys talk loudly and talk about things. I'm your host, FPS Diesel, along with Brandon.
Hi, I like how you made that like kind of like a rhythm.
And the other one, his name is Quite.
The other one.
I mean, technically, you are the other one.
We're all somebody's other one.
Yeah.
To some people, that's all we'll ever be.
Like when they rate us, they're like, "Oh, I love Loudmouse, but I love you less, and I like Quite." Or it's like, someone tweeted that at me, and I was like, I mean, I'm glad I'm in the top three.
They added you in a tweet, and they're just like, "This is the order of I like Loudmouse."
No, they added all of us. They're like, "You're all funny, but I think Quite is the funniest, and then like Diesel's the least funniest."
That's an L. That's a fat L.
At least you have like a funniness to you.
They could have just been
You
like,
know?
"Yeah, Brandon and Quite are hilarious. This Diesel guy, he's real annoying."
He's just
I
an
mean,
asshole.
at least he called you just the least funniest, so you're still a funniest. You know.
Oh yeah. I'm just last place. That's great.
Funniest
You're
is
last
still
place,
the
but you're
title,
still a
Diesel.
funniest. You're still a funniest, Diesel.
You're still a funniest.
People laugh at Jake Paul, but that doesn't make him funny.
No, he's just not funny.
Yeah, he is. What are you talking about? I love.
He's
Jake
not a funniest. He's just not funny.
Jake Paul's hilarious. What are you talking about? I love Jake
Quite.
Paul.
Stop.
I love talking about him for 10 minutes at a time.
Okay,
I
Diesel.
do.
Well,
Want to talk about Jake Paul for
well,
10 minutes on our podcast?
No more Jake Paul conversations.
I mean, can we talk about his hairline at least?
Okay,
It's really bad.
It's receding, is what it is.
bruh, he looks like fucking Brendan Fraser.
Oof. I actually do see that. People compare me to Jake Paul based off of my hairline, but little do people know, I'm just like, I just have a big forehead.
Nah, Diesel's forehead's just big. His hairline's fine.
I beg to differ.
What
Okay,
you think
Quite.
is? So you're gonna say right here on the podcast that Diesel's hairline's bad?
No, I'm just saying it because it's funny.
He's just trying to be
Okay.
contrarian, that's it.
Well,
That's
you did
my
the last
job.
podcast.
I'm contrarian for the sake of entertainment, Diesel.
So am I, but that's
At least
my
in this
job.
specific instance, I am.
My hairline is perfectly fine. I'm like Jimmy Neutron.
Okay, listen, that's a bad example, Diesel. You are not helping your case.
Rican Jimmy Neutron.
That is a horrible example.
Puerto Rican. Imagine Diesel playing the role of fucking Jimmy Neutron.
Ugh, do I have to?
Got a blast.
It's so much work.
Oh my god. Well,
That'd be great.
that's enough of beating down my ego for today. Let's talk about the first
Oh,
thing.
no. You're not getting away that easy.
What do you mean I'm not getting away that easy? I'm hosting this. I can just like do whatever I want, you know?
I'm hosting too, and I can drag it right back, but go ahead.
God, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Anyway, let's drag it right back. We're gonna talk about what do I want to talk about? I'll talk about let's talk
Oh my
about
god,
the
pick one.
let's talk about the Radical Heights studio closing.
Okay,
Boss
so
Key.
basically, you ordered your list and you picked the last thing on your list.
Yeah, because I thought it was I'm hosting.
You're okay. Okay.
Next
I
time,
mean, you
how
looked
about
at it,
next
didn't
time
you?
when Diesel's not allowed to
I
go
did
first?
look at it. I'm looking at it now.
Next
I
time,
mean, that's
Diesel's
what
not
we
allowed
do.
to go first.
I just didn't want to talk about the other topic first because it was
Okay,
less
just
interesting.
go.
Okay, so the Radical Heights studio closed, which is Boss Key Productions. It was ran by Cliff Blazinski, the creator of Gears of War. Anyway, he
Sounds like-
released a statement recently saying that the studio will be shutting down because Lawbreakers and Radical Heights flopped to nobody's surprise.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense why they rushed Radical Heights out. They were gonna close in a month, so
I think Radical Heights, he said in his letter that Radical Heights was a last ditch attempt to save the studio, which is why they released it so early. But
yeah.
if they didn't release it so early, they could have had a better chance.
Yeah, they could have. I mean, like the game had potential. Like the art style, the mechanics, like it had potential. It just was so unpolished and just bad to look at. Like the whole concept was decent. Like it was a decent BR concept, but they didn't really polish it at all. so it just came out looking like it did and running like it did and basically being poop. And
It
also
wasn't ready.
yeah, exactly. On the note of Lawbreakers shutting down, though, I really wish that game didn't flop because it was actually fun. We played it for like 16 hours or something.
Yes, we counted to the 40 people playing the game before they hit the 0 mark.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty fun game to play. So that kind of sucks that I got.
Really wish I could get a refund.
I never played Radical Heights or Lawbreakers. Like, what was like made it like different from say
Okay, Lawbreakers was super fucking polished, right? It was a very polished game, and it ran really smooth. And the characters you played with were also very interesting, and it was fun to play with. It was just a fun game, you know. Like it wasn't. It was pretty different from like Overwatch 2, which is what it got compared to a lot. It wasn't the same gameplay at all. It was a fun game. But it died. It's at 0 fucking players.
To me, it really looked like Black Ops 3.
Yeah, the graphics did
Yeah.
have that ring.
Like in like the wall movement and stuff too, like that. It just really like with all like the, you know, in Black Ops 3 how like the class systems had like they had fucking specialist perks, like it was like you had like a specific special weapon. It reminded me of that, just more fleshed out.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a fun game. It was a fun game. Like I played it for a decent amount. I wish it didn't die because it was a decent game.
The reason Lawbreakers got compared to Overwatch is because Lawbreakers, Overwatch, Battleborn, those all got announced around the same time. So it was around like the hero shooter like genre push, which is like the equivalent of like the MOBA push, like even further back. And now we have the Battle Royale push, where studios are dying and all trying to do a Battle Royale game.
Remember the survival game push?
That was also awful.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the only 2 games that actually were decent that came out of that, actually, not even game. The only mod and game that were decent was like Rust and Daisy mod.
Don't talk shit about Minecraft.
Okay, Minecraft. I wouldn't really compare Minecraft. I'm talking more like zombie survival.
Oh yeah, like not like creative survival, more like
Yeah,
just,
like
survive.
Minecraft came out like at its own time frame, didn't it? I don't even think it came out around the time survival was booming.
Yeah.
Or did DayZ and Minecraft both kick that off?
Minecraft was in its peak during that thing, but it was still popular well ahead of it, I think. And like
Yeah.
the main allure of Minecraft has always been like the
Man.
construction and stuff.
I miss the old Minecraft days.
Oh, you have no idea, bro.
Like the new Minecraft is just so like
I feel like we complain this every episode. Like we want to relive our glory days on Blockland servers.
Yeah, I want to relive my glory days taking over factions and faction wars when I was like fucking 13. Can I
You
go
know
back?
what? We need to set up a fucking
Can we do
loudmouth private
Spartan
server, and
Craft?
we need to do an adventure. We need to do a fucking survival mode together, just for
We
little
need to-
times.
At 100K, we'll set up a Minecraft server for Minecraft survival.
I
make a
can't
private-
believe you
wait.
just said that. Now we're
Can
gonna
we
be
make a private one, Brandon? Can we? That's not a promise though. Brandon, can we make a private one just for us?
Can we make a private one? I don't know. What we can do? Fucking Minecraft Let's Play.
We can,
There's so much to
no.
play.
We could just play Minecraft. We can play Skyblock.
No, we can just go on other servers for Skyblock.
We are grown men. Why don't we play Minecraft Hunger Games?
Diesel, are you telling me? Wait, listen. Are you telling me it wouldn't be fun to set up like a Minecraft survival server for like a month just to get like 100 people in and just fuck around?
I mean, sure, why not? I have no opinion. I don't care. Let's do
Okay,
it.
it's not a promise. I want to do it, but it's not a promise.
Speaking of weird shit that we say we're gonna do, I am actually making a campaign for us for D&D, so that is happening.
Okay, who's gonna play?
Well, I'm gonna DM, of course. You two can play. We can get some other people in on
Who
it.
are you DMing? Who are you DMing?
I am DMing your campaign.
Can we get Kappa?
Who is your campaign? Who are these people?
Okay, so a dungeon.
we're-
No.
Henry. We're getting Henry. We're getting Blue's Dank.
So a dungeon master,
Diesel,
right?
Diesel, I'm busting your balls. I know.
Oh my god. Quite. I will bust your hoodie strings.
Those are
Young man.
very sensitive.
Those are tied now.
They
Those
were
are
just
tied,
tied in
yes.
the one video because I had to go. It was a special occasion.
Are there aglets on the end of that hoodie? Like
Um,
the hoodie strings?
Ah,
comment.
aglet. That's
No
that's such a weird.
wait, what the fuck is
Thing.
an aglet? Wait,
Are
what?
you,
It's
it's
the
the
tip of
hard
your
part of the
shoelace.
lace. Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb taught me that.
Let
Same.
me check. I'm like doing them right now. I don't think so.
So there's no hard end to that hoodie?
I mean, depends how I'm feeling on any given day.
Okay, I mean, I was gonna make a nipple flicking joke, but like, I mean, I don't know if that's comfortable
ruined.
now. That's rude.
No, ruined.
Ruined?
Why are you asking about a man's
Yeah.
like string nipples, bro? Like, chill. Or a hoodie
That's really
string
gross.
nipple.
That's really
You're
gross.
you're the one who was gonna make a
Okay,
nipple
okay,
flicking joke
okay.
about my
No.
hoodie strings.
Speaking of string nipples, this is gonna.
Okay, what does this have to do with anything?
Okay, no. Let's just continue having this conversation. Let's see where it goes.
Let's see where this goes.
Okay,
string nipples.
So I have like a Tumblr, right? And I follow like a bunch of different blogs, and
You use Tumblr?
yes, okay.
I don't think we can be
yes.
friends anymore.
Anyway,
Don't worry, Diesel.
I follow like a bunch of like cyberpunk and like anime blogs, but there was this
Of course
one
you do.
where every now and again, the person who runs the blog posts like weird lewd pics of themselves, and they have like a weird like a nipple fetish, and it's really weird.
Why do
like-
you still follow them?
I'm just like, oh man, I should have followed them. I just kind of like see it and just go on with my day. It's not like something I would like ponder over, but like you brought it up, and I just brought it up again,
This is why you don't use Tumblr.
But like they are purposefully going out of their way each day to make sure that their nipples become longer, and I'm just like, that's really strange.
Wait, longer?
Yes.
How do you even make your nipples longer?
I don't know. They got like a weird like plunger
just
to like.
What do you do? Just fucking pull on it?
You just like you just pull on it and it like, grows over time or something.
I look, dude.
That's
I
really
don't
weird.
know.
I don't
That's
know how
really
that
fucking
happens.
weird.
I don't know how that happens. It was just something I saw, and I'm just like, could you not?
Could you not put that in my Tumblr feed?
Could you just
Yeah.
unfollow, bro?
I should. I really need to. I mean, like, sometimes people on Tumblr are just like very sexually open, and they're like, "Here's my vagoo," and I'm just like,
Yeah, because it's Tumblr.
stop.
All right, can we talk about the D&D campaign now?
Sure.
I have never heard a sentence like that from
Okay.
Roman in my life.
Just keep explaining it.
Can we talk about the D&D campaign instead?
Well,
Well,
I
I want to
don't-
know. I want to know who we're gonna have on it.
okay.
Well, I don't want to. We can pretty much have anybody who makes a character. So it could go from like you two to like 14 people if you want. However, I'd hate to DM that.
Okay, so basically, we should call out every one of the podcasts that we want on the D&D campaign, so they feel more obligated.
Yes.
Okay, so I want Kappa, Blues Dank, possibly Anna. Who else are we friends with?
Who
Hoover.
else
Hoover,
are
Hoover,
Quackity.
Hoover.
Quackity. We could get Mac.
I guess we could. We mentioned
Why
Mac
not?
twice in the podcast, but they have no idea who Mac is.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave them not knowing who it is too. Who else can we get?
I don't know.
We have no other friends.
We have no other friends.
We could. Oh, Dev. We could get Dev.
Oh, Dev, yeah. Cool, guys. You have no idea who we're talking about, but
This makes it.
They're
even-
names. That's all you need to know. They're just names.
Yeah.
They're not
but
people.
okay,
they're just
okay.
letters on a screen.
I need to sit down with you guys at some point and like make your characters, because you need to make like
Okay.
your lore and your class and all that.
Are we gonna record this?
I mean, if you want, at a later point we can. I'm not done.
we
with
could
the
just dedicate a
campaign
whole
yet.
episode
I
to
saw-
making the
I
fucking
saw-
characters.
I saw a couple. Yeah, but actually, we could just make the characters on the podcast.
Yes, we can have like a D&D cast. I saw
Okay.
people talking about it in our comments, and they're like,
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
saw
really
a couple
cool.
people. Yeah, I saw a couple people like, make an episode about it. Do it. Do
We
a
could do like a
gameplay.
full. We could do like a full week with that shit. Like 1 week, one is the preparation, the other is the actual fucking like a recounting of the experience or some shit. And we could stream the fucking thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd like to do something like that. We can use like Roll20 and stuff. There's stuff to do. I gotta finish the campaign because that stuff takes a while because I'm trying to
Can
put
we
like inside
can we do
jokes
this in
and
the
stuff.
summer though, when I'm slightly less busy?
Yeah, we won't start it now. It's gonna take a while. Like there's stuff like I'm basically making like a whole world for you guys to inhabit.
We'll probably start in like July,
July.
around there. Yeah.
I guess it depends when
'Cause-
White finishes Hoodie Academy.
I'm taking online school in this box.
Yes,
That was a good one. That was good.
I know. I'm on point today. I did want to say stuff about Radical Heights, but like, I mean, the game's kind of like an Unreal asset flip. There you go.
Like,
That's it.
there's not a lot to say. Like I don't know.
Whoops, maybe Cliffy B shouldn't have been such a dick on the internet.
Okay, listen.
maybe-
Cliff Blazinski sounds like a fucking Fairly Odd Parents character name. Like I don't know about
Holy
you guys.
shit, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
I like how-
when I
wait.
first heard that, all I could think about was the Crimson Chin or some shit.
fucking GameStop replied to his statement.
What did they say?
They say
Sad
we hire
to hear
him.
this, Cliff. We look forward to your return after so much deserved time off and seeing what you come up with next. Hey, I'm GameStop. I'm a dying company.
Oh my god, Tanner Fox is streaming. I gotta go, guys. Bye.
GameStop makes
What?
bank from what did they cop? ThinkGeek? They own ThinkGeek now.
They own Thingy? I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck that is.
You don't know
I
what
might know
ThinkGeek
what this
is? Yeah,
I think
you
I
know
do,
don't
but
know
I-
either.
It's like Hot Topic, but for gamers.
Well, I'm
Instead
never
of
shopping
emos.
here.
So just
Oh my
Hot
god, there's a
Topic?
Thor hammer. There's a Thor hammer tool set.
Thor hammer tools.
There's Deadpool high tops. There's Deadpool slippers.
Okay, this does sound a lot like Hot Topic.
Holy shit.
Okay, so you wanna
Holy
move-
shit.
You want to? You
This
want
is
to
Hot
stop?
Topic
Oh
for
my-
gamers. Okay, we
He's so occupied by it.
Oh
Wait,
my
we can go on.
So
We
much
can go on.
nerd stuff. Okay,
can
let's
go on.
let's move on to the next thing. A prom tiger. I forget what
I
the
saw that
story is.
shit. I saw that shit on Twitter Moments.
Oh yeah, it was a Twitter moment. They brought a tiger to prom, and they're like, "That was a bad idea."
Listen, okay, the fucking title for this. High school regrets, in quotes, decision to bring a live tiger to prom.
Like, apparently, like, the theme was Welcome to the Jungle, so they brought in fucking, like, live animals and shit. Sounds cool, but one, sounds dangerous for the humans and for the fucking animal.
No, that lion looks fucking scared as shit.
Lion?
It looks like my dog when it hears fireworks.
Tiger? Oh, yeah, like, fucking, like, they pace around and shit like that. Like, it should not have been there. It should have been sleeping.
Yeah, that fucking tiger does not look happy.
Yeah, I can't believe like a high school thought that was a good idea. Oh my
I could see
God.
seniors doing that for a prank, but like the staff.
God.
Have you guys ever heard like the stories about?
Oh, it was in
the
Florida.
senior
It
pranks?
makes sense now. It was in Florida.
Where else?
Wait, what happened? I didn't hear about this.
No, like the stories about like like your senior pranks. Like there's always those rumors in high school.
Oh, yeah. Like, God, nothing big's happened while on my online school, obviously.
uh-huh.
but,
Yeah.
At Hoodie Academy.
At Hoodie
Yeah,
Academy.
Hoodie Academy.
I
.org.
think from my knowledge at my old school, they wrapped up everything in the staff room in tinfoil.
That's
I
pretty
think
weak.
that happened.
That's pretty weak. I
Yeah.
can top that actually.
Oh, what would you do?
I didn't do anything, but this happened like a long time ago.
I can top that.
Wait, I mean, this actually did happen because there's photographic evidence. But they hollowed out like a buggy, like a Herbie the Love Bug. They took the frame of the car and they put it like on top of the school with a crane because they knew a guy who owned a crane. So they put this like car on top of the school. That actually happened. But you always hear like those stories that it's like, oh, they released 5 pigs into the school or 4 pigs into the school and numbered them 1 through 5 or whatever. Like, you guys have never heard stuff like that from your high school?
Nope.
No.
I mean, obviously I haven't, but...
Okay.
You're the only one.
I swear to God, my high school experience was very boring, but like,
Maybe stuff
Rumors
like
like
this
this
has
happen.
happened, but like I obviously haven't been around for it.
God.
Yeah, he's been in
what
Hoodie
What are
Academy.
kids doing in school these days? Just nothing?
I don't know.
I was
their
hoping
work.
you guys would have something.
They're T-posing.
They're T-posing?
They're standing on toilets, T-posing, Diesel.
That's true. God.
Probably vaping in the bathroom or something.
They did that when I was in high school.
Yeah,
You're
they
like,
still do
You're
that.
like roughly the same age as us, Diesel. Like you're not that far off.
I'm an old
Yeah.
man.
You were in this. You were like at one point you were in high school when we were in high school.
Okay, I'm an old man. Don't
Actually,
at me.
I knew kids that vaped in middle school.
I knew kids that vaped in middle school. That is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Like, no, vape at my middle school was like the cocaine of like a rich kid middle school. Like, people wanted vape. Like, it was like an illegal drug to them. I mean, it was technically illegal, but it wasn't really a drug.
I mean, you shouldn't vape. That's gross.
No, you shouldn't. But like, I'm just saying, like that's how they viewed it. Middle school was like, oh,
As
that's
a
the hard
drug.
shit.
Oh yeah. No, by the time I got into high school, I was like, oh, you do meth? Okay. That happened
crazy,
once.
bro.
I was sitting in Dunkin' Donuts. This girl came in. She was like, oh, no, it wasn't meth. It was crack. She came in, told us that she did crack, and then she left, and I never saw her again.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't see her again.
Well, I mean, you know, that raises a lot of questions. Like, where did she go with the crack? Did she
Probably
die?
died.
You know, I hope not. I didn't hear about her dying, so she's probably not dead. But like, I'll check Snapchat.
He's just
from
like,
my
if
high
somebody
school
dies, I would
parents.
know.
I would feel them cease to exist.
No, well, I live in a small town, so you know, people are always in each other's business. Like, I know the people like,
Yeah, I
that
bet
I went
you're
to
also
high
the
school
one calling
with
all
that
the
are
hits,
parents
Diesel.
and shit.
I'm more on to you.
I am not.
I don't I don't call those hits on poor innocent people. Nope, that's not me. That's not me. FPS.
I have no power.
FPS Hitman.
You just put FPS in front of anything.
Your name isn't
I
FPS.
know, it's fun.
Your name isn't FPS Dicel for no reason.
I sell. That's like my
I remember
evil cousin.
looking at. I remember I was typing like it was one night I was working at the podcast and I remember I typed Diesel's name out to get like an icon or something and like I just looked at it and I'm like Diesel. Like it didn't look like Diesel anymore. It just looked like Diesel.
I know, like when I read your name, Diesel, like my brain just reads it as Dicel because I've joked about it so many times.
Thank you. I feel very flattered by that. When I look at your name, quite, I read it. K White. There's no joke there.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of stupid. You're just kind of stupid, man.
So is yours.
No, it's not. Like yours is 2
Jordy.
syllables. Mine is literally just.
Quite
the word.
definitely has the best name here. I definitely have the worst.
I don't know about that.
What?
FPS Diesel's kind of difficult too.
FPS. What does FPS stand for, guys? Don't say it.
Don't say it. I'd much rather people take guesses at what it is. I saw
they're never gonna guess it.
someone
ever.
said it stood for fast-paced sex, which is hilarious.
They're just never gonna fucking guess it though.
No, because it's so like obscure and lame.
Yeah.
You're probably better off like them not knowing.
I'm
I
never
agree.
gonna tell anybody. It does not leave.
It took me
the
like
loudmouth.
it took a long time for me to figure out what it was because he had to tell me. And he didn't tell me for like the longest fucking time.
Was I the fastest person for like meeting you to like learning about what FPS stands for?
Yes.
Yes, and that's because I told you, didn't I?
Yes.
Diesel was there though. Like he could have fucking punched you in the mouth if he wanted to.
Wait, oh yeah, this is in person.
That was in person.
Yeah, they came to visit my box.
Shame you were too sick to go to IHOP in your box. It's actually
Okay,
really big
listen.
in there.
It's really big. It's like a full house. It's like almost like it's like the entirety of
It's
Boston.
like a whole city.
It's like all of Boston and the rest of the world.
Someone help me do a segue to something.
Oh,
else.
that's right. We had a
Energy
topic list.
drink!
That's right. We had a topic list.
Energy
Yeah.
drinks, everybody. Diesel, take it away.
Oh yeah. So this is this is just a funny article. Yawning man steals 250 worth of Red Bull, and there's this like it looks like a oh goddamn more Pictionary. It's just like a yawning guy, and he has a big cart of Red Bull, and it looks so funny.
Oh, it's making me yawn shit.
Yeah.
See, since he's yawning, I just see this picture. And I'm like, this dude probably just like, he probably was just tired and then stole it because he was tired. And he forgot to
Like
buy
he
it.
didn't realize he's like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, man. Here, and then he pays the store. Just get.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like yawning to act super casual. You know how like people whistle, but instead he's yawning as he takes all this Red Bull out of
It
Walmart.
looks like he's just holding it, like holding the position, just like ah.
It looks like he's screaming.
Ah!
You just hear him in the background. You just hear like crawling in.
Oh god.
But yeah, I brought this topic to you all today to have a conversation about energy drinks. because, as we all know, I am addicted to G Fuel. Apparently,
Okay, Diesel, just
According
because
to
you have an
lore.
addiction doesn't mean we all have addictions.
I don't. I haven't had G Fuel in like a month.
We may or may not have like gotten
That
you
is
on that,
total fucking bullshit.
That is 100% true.
though. Okay,
well, maybe not a
maybe it
month.
was
No.
like only an hour, but it's the same thing.
Since I got home, I have not had G Fuel.
So,
What?
like from PAX?
I don't believe you.
Well, no. When I got home around, the 6th. Yeah, so for a few days, I
Okay,
have not been drinking.
Let me ask. So for a few days,
Yeah, well, obviously.
that's
basically
a lot
a month,
different
man.
than a month.
Well, I just wanted to know what you guys like to drink, but apparently this is an intervention.
I
Well,
like G Fuel. G Fuel's
I
good.
like Monster.
G
and
Fuel is
Fuel.
really the only energy drink that I drink, and even then it's sparingly.
Monster's good. I'm a big fan of Monster.
How much do you
G-Fuel's
drink of
kinda
Monster
gross.
though?
I had one Monster today.
Okay, so basically you're telling me you cut out G Fuel, you cut out the cheap shit, and then you're drinking the premium.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
yeah.
basically
I also had pre-workout today because I always have pre-workout before I go to the gym, and that has a lot of caffeine.
Dude,
Yeah.
Monster just I cannot stomach it. Like it makes me like sick.
When you said talk about energy drinks, I thought you meant like the implications of it on society and like how it affects
Really?
society.
Really? This is a
Yeah.
comedy podcast, not like
Well,
philosophical.
Are you
No,
kidding
like,
me? This
I
is not
legit-
a comedy podcast.
like,
this
when you
is very
said-
serious. This is a
When you
balanced
said
podcast.
energy drinks convo on the on the fucking topic list, I just was like, okay, so we're gonna talk about energy drinks and like the implications of it on society, and how 16-year-olds in the UK need a fucking ID to buy it.
Oh well, that's annoying, and nobody likes needing an ID to buy something.
Yeah, from what Henry told me, it's like currently the UK is having problems with the youth not being like responsible or something like that. So it's like, or like they're too hyper or some shit. So they're just trying to cut out like energy drinks and shit. So I don't
Too
know.
hyper. So,
That's
Too hyper. Okay.
This is okay. I'm not a UK citizen. I don't look at the UK news. This is coming from a British person that doesn't look at the news much either.
No. Like the worst part is it's like obviously none of us are British citizens, but it's believable. Like
Yeah, but like
I would
the
buy
moral of
that
the story
reasoning
is-
coming out of Britain.
the moral of the story is you need an ID to buy a Monster energy drink or anything with a certain amount of sugar or calories. I think you need an ID to buy Mountain Dew as well.
are you kidding
It's
me?
like a certain
Nope.
amount. It's like a certain type of Mountain Dew. I'm pretty sure. Like because it has like a certain caffeine count or whatever.
Yep, you need ID to be like 16 years old to buy that shit.
Oh, you got a license for that TV, mate? You got a license for that butter knife?
Yeah, but when you said energy drinks combo, I'm just like, so we're gonna have a conversation about energy drinks and the implications on society already.
No. Why would I bring something such highbrow to the table? I mean,
I don't know.
part of me
I
was
mean-
like, man, I want to have an intellectual conversation on Loudmouth, but then I was like, nah, that shit ain't gonna happen.
Well, we're gonna have like, we literally have like intellectual conversations on this fucking topic list.
Okay, listen here, bud. I was gonna say I'm taller than you, but I'm not.
No, you're not.
You're
You're also not bigger than me.
Yeah, but I'm prettier than you.
Yeah.
I think Quite's got us beat though. Quite's real cute.
Yeah, I really like his mask.
Yeah, I like his eyes.
The eyes, the soulless black shaded voids. Okay.
Yes.
Do you like
exactly
my
what I
Infinity
was getting
Gauntlet?
at. Always,
Yeah, always. Daddy Thanos.
Okay.
Daddy
here.
Thanos.
Okay,
No,
Brady, you
no,
take it a little
stop.
far.
He's thick.
He is
Thanos
thick.
is not thick.
He's thick.
You clearly haven't seen the memes.
Oh, like thick Thanos.
Oh, have you? Wait, Brandon,
Yeah.
have you seen the fucking subreddit Thanos did nothing wrong?
Yes, it's amazing. It's
I
like
love
the-
it.
It's like the prequel subreddit, but for Marvel.
It's like the Empire did nothing wrong one, but it's Thanos.
Yeah. It's fucking
like
great. I love that
Perfectly
subreddit.
balanced as all things should be.
God, it's so good. It's
Nobody gives a shit, but I put this on there. I'm
Yeah.
so raged
Was
you
there-
had an announcement trailer.
Was there an
What's
actual trailer, or is it like what is it? Is
No,
it a trailer?
I watched the video. It's a bunch of people dressed up in Mad Max cosplay, dancing around, acting all crazy to like a song about dying or something. Like, there was no gameplay reveal. It was just saying, hey, Rage 2 is being made. Here's a bunch of weird crap.
I mean, the promo art looks good.
I mean, it looks like they're trying to make it more fun, but it kind of feels like they're just sitting in the, like, Borderlands territory. I hope they focus more on, like, car combat, because that was the part that people liked.
Yeah, I didn't play Rage. I know you played Rage.
Yeah, I played it on a Xbox 360, and it took up, like, 60 gigs,
Oof.
which is a lot
Was
for a
it? Did you have to
360.
install
Yeah,
it?
for a 360. Yeah, because didn't they have like 250 gig
Yeah, it
models
was like
only?
250 gigs was like the most.
Yeah.
Default.
Man, the 360 is such a throwback. I remember the 360.
God, I still have mine. I love mine.
I have mine. I either sold it or it's in a box.
Mine's still like
I think that's in a
hooked up
box
somewhere. It's in like somewhere.
Yeah, the
I put mine in
360
a
was
box.
such a. Yeah, how old is that console? Like 10 years or like
Over a decade.
How
at
long?
this
Over a
point.
decade.
How long was the cycle for it?
The cycle, I think it was like 7 years.
God
8
damn,
years.
that's a long
Really?
cycle.
We're
But-
already like 6 years into like the PS4's like
Really?
cycle. Yeah.
We're almost 5. Yeah, we're almost 5 years into PS4, Xbox One.
Holy shit! I did not realize we're that far into the console cycle. I remember that shit coming out. God.
Came out in 2013. It came out in
Yeah.
2013. That was so long ago.
I remember it coming out and being like, "Damn, I really wish I had." one
The
of these.
Xbox 360 got released in 2005.
Wow. I was but a wee lad.
Damn. Yeah. Apparently,
yeah, 8
there's
years.
also leaks about a PS4, like 2 or whatever the fuck. I don't know, PS5 coming out in 2020. So
They just released like a PS4 Pro recently.
Well,
It's a
yeah, but it's
refresh,
like a new
though.
console, is what I'm guessing.
yeah, I see. In my opinion, I mean, I don't think they should just completely get a new console overhaul. I think they should continue with like PS4 Pro, PS4 Pro Plus, or some shit like that, because it's like it doesn't separate the communities, but then like that also makes more work for the devs because they have to make basically 2 versions of the game.
Yeah.
Well, it's still running the same hardware. One's just like more like they're just PCs. They're just running more powerful hardware inside.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think they should just implement crossplay more.
between
more
consoles
Fortnite.
or between like opposing consoles or between the same consoles, like same
Well,
brand.
at the very least, like the same like brand, but like between different like fucking brands would be nice too. Like Fortnite, like you can play across consoles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
You can
that's
invite
just
your
great.
friends from Xbox and like actually I don't know if you can do that anymore.
Xbox is not playing ball with them.
Yeah, you can't go Xbox to PlayStation. You can only go PC to Xbox and PlayStation to PC.
but not at the same time.
Nope.
That's
Basically,
that sucks.
PC connects to all of it, but then like Xbox and PlayStation are like, no,
That's some
we
ass.
don't do that.
That's some ass. There you go.
Can I leave that in when I edit this?
Yeah, no, that's the transition from the point where it was interrupted.
You're definitely gonna want to lower the fucking levels on that though.
So what were we talking about?
Brandon, you have topics.
I have topic that we're going to me now. Okay,
Yeah, might as
so
well.
you know Google.
Never heard of them.
Well, Google, the big company that owns Gmail, they're still reading your emails.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured, but it's like fact that they're still reading your fucking emails. But they said they were gonna stop reading your emails, so they're kind of in a situation where it's like, oh yeah, we said we would stop, but we didn't stop. So, yeah.
Whoops.
So that's bad because, especially with the new privacy laws that are coming into fucking play in the EU, which is affecting literally pretty much every fucking company. Like, you people listening, you've probably gotten dozens of emails in the past, I don't know, couple weeks of people being like, privacy update thingy change, and that's because EU put in laws for privacy. So thank the EU for keeping our shit private because of fucking the Zuckerberg.
Nice.
Getting zucked. I mean,
Yeah.
even if these like laws are put in place, I wouldn't be surprised if companies are still going to look at your stuff.
Oh, they're for
And
sure
if it's
still
not,
gonna look at your
if it's
shit.
not companies, your government is gonna do it. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you
the
gotta be
government
in
definitely
control of
does.
your own like privacy these days.
Yeah, and then like there's also a situation where YouTube was like they were going against the law, at least from my knowledge. It was like remember back in the day when Nerd City made the video talking about like, oh, there's these codes in your metadata.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically YouTube is not allowed to label videos as certain things. Like they're not allowed to label them as like, you know, races or like sexualities or something or genders or anything like that. And like they're not allowed to do that, but they did. At least from our knowledge, they did, because it makes the most sense based off the data. So it's like they immediately removed that as soon as people found out about it, which really makes them look suspicious. And then, like, for example, in the EU, they're legally obligated to give you that information if you ask, I believe. Something like that. So somebody could ask for that if they were in the EU. At least from my knowledge. Don't quote me. I'm not fucking genius when it comes to this shit.
So no other thoughts about Google reading your emails?
I mean, it's pretty obvious they're reading the emails.
I mean, yeah, like, Google knows everything aside from, like, my bowel. Actually, they probably know when I go take a dump anyway.
Oh, no, they
on
do.
my
There's
Google
also,
phone.
There was also a leak recently. I can't remember where it came from, but there was a leak that third-party companies are constantly tracking your location live.
Nice.
Third-party businesses know where my toilet is. That's nice.
Yeah.
Tinder's always tracking.
And like the scary part is too, it's like the amount of data that shit takes is like next to nothing. Like they could track your location for a month, and it'd be something like, from what I read, it was like 60 megabytes or something to get all your location data. So it's like nothing. So some company has like every location that you've been in the past month or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of companies that take all your data, Apple. I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me. Don't sue me.
Apple, please don't sue me. I can't afford it.
This is actually kind of interesting. Apple now has 50 self-driving cars on the road in 2015. No. Why was I going to say that? Apple now has 50 self-driving cars on the road in California for testing. I think I'm saying that a lot. From what I remember, it is now legal in California to have self-driving cars on the roads. From what I recall. So that's cool. It's also cool because this is like the beginning stages of people not driving anymore and their cars doing it. What do you guys think about that?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel like for self-driving cars to be like perfected, like there can be no physical drivers on the road. So
yeah,
like some people are going to be reluctant to give that up. It's like, it's just hard. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if I trust like self-driving cars.
See, I trust, if every car is self-driving, I trust self-driving cars, but like you said...
it's not that, like, I think it's, like, any less safe, because I've seen the statistics, I know how all that stuff works out, right? Like, you saw, like, did you guys see the thing with, like, there was, like, the Tesla crash in the news, but, like, because the driver was, like, on autopilot, right? And they had a broken ankle, like, going 60
They only broke their ankle, yeah. They had a fire truck.
And then, fucking the news was, like, the Tesla involved in crash, and then Elon like just kind of shat on them with statistics and all that. But that kind of thing, like, that's not what worries me. It's just like, I don't know. I guess I kind of like having control.
Yeah, it's just like
I guess
the
what I'm
personal...
afraid of is like, non automated car driving like being illegal. I don't know if I want that.
Yeah, I mean, I looked into it more in like the self-driving technology. They have cameras, and basically the cameras just act like eyes. So it's like they behave basically like people. They view the world like people, the cars, but they're a lot quicker because they're AI. So it's like they see everything a human sees, but they see more because they see in 360. But it's like they can react a lot faster. So like the tech looks pretty fucking cool and good. So I'm looking forward to the day that self-driving cars are a thing and like popular, because I was watching a TED talk with Elon, and then Elon was talking about how one day he wants it. Actually, he said within this decade. He said this. Actually, was it with? I can't fucking remember. It was within a short amount of time, right? He was like, "There's gonna be a point where your car, you'll just have one car for your house, and that car will drive everyone in your family around because you can just call the car to you to pick you up." So
I want that.
I want that too. I'd pay a lot of money for that. Like, instead of calling an Uber, you just call your fucking car. And there was also, like, a system that they said where it's, like, everyone would be, like, on this app, and then everyone would kind of, you know, share cars. You know, you can rent your car out to people like Uber, but it's like it's just the car, no person. So that stuff was interesting to me. I think that regular cars are gonna go away somewhat soon. So like probably
you need to
probably
see government
50
legislation move in for that, because I know there
Yeah.
are people that enjoy the luxury of driving a car. Like, luxury cars are a market in it of themselves. So
I think 2050. I think most cars will be automated.
2050, I'm gonna be an old man by then.
I mean,
Yeah, we will be. We'll be old as fuck. Maybe by then there'll be like age reversing pills or some shit. I don't know.
Yes, I want to live even longer.
I can be a pair of sunglasses again.
That's actually pretty good.
The Quiet lore is the best lore. Like,
Yeah,
It's I'm kind of making it up as I go.
I was gonna say it's just made up.
By
as you
making
go.
it up, I mean I'm discovering it in my memories. I'm swimming through that shit, you know, sorting it out.
Sorting out your fucking memories. There's
what's
also
I want to know your origin story.
I'll get back to you.
we'll talk. Come up with it now. We'll talk about it when you hit your segment.
No. I got plans for this shit, Brandon. I can't.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Okay, fine. We won't talk about your fucking origin story. There was also a thing with SpaceX where they talked about how they're making a travel system to get from somewhere in Japan to New York within 30 minutes. Basically, it'd be a rocket ship that takes you into orbit and then flies you to the location, and you'd land safely.
Sounds explodey.
Yeah, and then also the cost of it would be like economic to business. So it'd be like maybe $1,000 to fly from Japan to New York within 30 minutes.
Imagine taking a fucking day trip to Japan.
Yeah, like the whole concept is it's like if you have a meeting somewhere and you have to get across the world, you can leave in the morning and get back for dinner.
That's so dope. Like,
Yeah.
just thinking about that.
And it's like that system, according to the president of SpaceX, will be ready within this decade or within a decade.
Oh shit.
So like within our lifetimes that will exist.
What were those fucking like jet planes or something that like could make it like to England like from New York in like an hour? Or, like,
I don't know.
An hour or two.
I remember reading about that, but I do not
Like,
recall the information that well.
It was like the same concept. Like you can go to a meeting overseas and then come back for dinner, right? But apparently like they shut it down because like the market just wasn't big enough. I'm wondering if this is gonna have the same kind of issues.
Well, since it's SpaceX, which also involves Elon Musk, I don't think they'll.
Well,
I don't
just
know.
name attraction alone, like it's got to be like practical, and it sounds like by the price for what you're getting, it sounds like it could be.
Yeah, like the goal is to make it like business economic. That's what the president said, and it's like if it's $1,000 to fly for 30 fucking minutes, even if it costs like let's say 20 to 30% more, that's still like 30-minute trip. Holy shit, trip. Okay, that's still a 30-minute trip versus like what 12 hours at the very least. You know,
12 hours for the same price.
Yeah, or like a similar price. So it's like, it's a no-brainer at that point. I mean, I think the biggest issue it's going to have is the phobia of it, because they'd be taking you into low Earth orbit. No, I'm not sure. They'd be taking you a lot higher than a fucking plane, though.
Listen, dude. I either get to die or I get to go to Japan. It's a win-win.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought that was super interesting, because it's like, that's going to be, like, by it, like, around 2030, that should be a thing. So that'll be in our lifetime, so that's interesting. Now we also have a more fun topic right here, which is, I don't know who's seen this here, but it's fucking hilarious. Dr. DisRespect getting the emotes removed from other streamers like Forzen, for example, because he got really upset about it. Now to be clear, Dr. DisRespect, from my knowledge, didn't actually get them removed, like directly. Twitch removed them because it violated TOS and harassment of other streamers. So still, it probably was removed because he complained about it and borderline had a breakdown on stream. Have you guys seen the video?
I don't know what any of this is about.
Okay, so Dr. DisRespect cheated on his wife. We all know that.
Dr. Disrespect your wife.
Yeah, he
Hey,
cheated on
thank you
his...
so much. Knock, knock. Who's there? The doc coming in with the... thank you.
You know, that's an... Diesel, you saw the clip, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay,
That's
okay.
a clip
one
of
the-
like a dude donating to him.
Yeah.
I
You read it out
felt
loud.
bad, but it's like...
Yeah, but, so Dr. Disrespect cheated on his wife. We all know that because he made a big deal about it. And it was a big fucking mistake because even if if he wasn't gonna get outed, he shouldn't have said anything because it's like it just fucked his entire career. Like he gets nowhere to the level of respect he did before. You know, it's like it's something.
Disrespect.
It's something that could have been handled in private, right? But he didn't. He just made it public, and he might have felt guilty, whatever, blah blah blah. But now he's facing the repercussions, and people made emotes about transparency in their streams. And then people meme the emotes, and then Dr. DisRespect had a breakdown, and he sounded like a dolphin. Like, you can watch the video right now and edit it out if you want. Or edit out you watch the video in the silence.
Just like have like 6 minutes of space.
6 minutes of a gap. It's not that long, it's like 30 seconds.
Is that why you fucking captioned it dolphin video?
Yeah, because, okay, that's an edited version, I couldn't find the original, but it's fucking hilarious.
Let me watch this. Oh, this clip!
God, this clip is ridiculous.
Yeah, the dude had like a breakdown on a fucking stream.
This laugh, like, genuinely haunts my nightmares.
Yeah, so...
Like, I hate listening to this laugh so much.
He's so distraught in the video, too. Like, you can feel the pain and anger.
Yeah,
but
he's
then,
he's so pissed. And then, like, he goes on about how everyone else is, like, boyish and, like, crybabies and stuff, and it's like his whole character is based around being hard, but like he's sitting here like, you cannot meme me, no, like it's not a good look. It just isn't.
I don't know why he made it public.
He just shut it off. It was such a bad idea.
Yeah, there was no reason to do that. I guess he just was like he needed to get it off his chest. I don't know.
I
Start
guess
therapy.
Yeah, he should have gone to therapy or something. I mean, like, if he was gonna get outed, definitely the right move. But if he wasn't, he should have just fucking left it.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't know if he was gonna get outed, or he was gonna get outed like by someone if he didn't say it himself.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what the theory is. I mean, that could be the case. Who fucking knows? Anyways, on to the next topic. We have stuff that also shouldn't be public. Your customer data from Chili's.
Chili's.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Because for some fucking reason, Chili's has a customer data breach. I don't know how. I don't know what kind of data fucking Chili's has on you to the point where
Fucking
it's
Chili's had a
breach.
date. Chili's.
Like, see, it makes sense because it probably doesn't have that high of security, but it's a fucking Chili's. Like, they must have had some kind of rewards
like, what
program
else is there
or
to
something.
say? It's Chili's.
Yeah. Like, how the fuck does a Chili's have a data breach?
I'm trying to think of what information they could have. Obviously, like credit card information, I guess. But
yeah, like if there's like a rewards
name,
membership.
I
thing.
guess name and address.
Why are they saving all that information when you go to buy?
If
like,
there's like a
food at
rewards
Chili's?
thing, like if they have like
If
a
it would-
membership,
yeah.
or whatever. I don't.
I
know.
mean, I've never
eaten at
cared
Chili's.
enough at a Chili's to get involved in their rewards program because
Yeah,
it's
they have a
fucking
reward program.
I've never eaten at Chili's in my life, so
I think I've eaten there like once or twice. Oh, Diesel, you want to talk about Applebee's in this segment?
I hate Applebee's. I vehemently hate Applebee's. Like,
Why do you
I
hate
hate
Applebee's?
Applebee's so much. It is so gross. Okay, like all the food you get from Applebee's is like already pre-cooked. They just put it in like a heater to like make it warm and feed you. It's like ass.
How much does it cost though?
I mean, Applebee's is pretty reasonable. It ain't no Waffle House where they're serving you like half of your food now and then the rest later. Speaking of, I also went to an IHOP recently and they didn't serve me my pancakes, and I was really upset about that. Like then my pancakes came out 40 minutes late. We were like getting ready to leave, and they put down a plate of pancakes. The waitress just forgot about my pancakes.
my fucking pancake dog. What'd
That
you do
sucks.
with them?
Now imagine all the time. That's Applebee's.
God, I'm kind of in a Waffle House mood now that you mention it, Diesel.
I don't know how you can be in a Waffle House mood.
Oh, I mean, it's-
Waffle House is gross.
Dude, what?
It depends what Waffle House.
Depends what Waffle House.
It depends on like what hour of the day it is.
I mean, I live in the Chirac of New England.
Chirac.
So our Waffle House is, waffle.
Suck.
It is Zuck. So, I don't get good service there. But Applebee, hold on, you know what else Applebee's does that bothers me? They have like an endless chicken tenders like thing where like you pay $24 and they keep bringing out chicken tenders.
$24 fucking dollars?
Yeah, and you can keep eating chicken tenders until you die, basically.
Okay, wait. Couldn't you just pay $24 for like a group of like 8 people?
Well, like, it's not enough chicken tenders to share with the family.
I thought it.
But it's unlimited.
Endless. You said it was endless.
It's unlimited chicken tenders, yes.
So then,
but how
why
is it not
wouldn't
enough
there
for
be
the
enough?
family?
Because they only give you one plate at a time.
We'll just keep
Well,
asking.
yeah.
Everyone take a chicken
I-
tender and be like, we need
look.
another plate.
You're telling me the guy at Applebee's is that loving to keep providing you with that many chicken tenders?
He better be for $24 fucking dollars.
That's what I paid for. I better be getting my fucking chicken nuggets. You know what I'm saying?
One time I went to an Applebee's.
Man, you have a lot of Applebee's stories.
You do you like live in like an Applebee's storage closet or some shit?
No. It's just I have friends that like Applebee's, and
So,
they're
yes, you
wrong.
do.
But we went to an Applebee's, and you guys know Teddy, of course.
Yes.
Teddy was like, how good, like, they have a burger called the Really Good Burger, and he asked the waitress, how good is the Really Good Burger? And I've never seen a woman more angry at him in my entire life.
I'm just imagining like Teddy walking up to some girl, like, "Excuse me, how good is the Really Good Burger?" And then she like just flips shit, like jumps on his fucking shoulders and breaks his neck with her thighs.
All right. That
There you
was
go.
really hyperbolic.
So, those are my
Clearly, you've never
Applebee's
been to an
events.
Applebee's if that's hyperbolic to you, Brendan.
I mean,
guess
at
I have
Applebee's, they're always giving face sittings to the customers, you know?
I didn't say that.
I mean, that's pretty much what that is.
Nah,
Sort
that's that would be first degree murder? No, second degree murder, I think.
Well, I mean, Teddy could handle it.
Being murdered.
Well, not the being dead part. He just wouldn't die. He's a big man. He's like
And-
Brandon big, but a little
Yeah.
bigger.
He's like Brandon big, but like an inch taller. Yeah.
He's like the Super Saiyan version of Brandon.
This taller equals Super Saiyan.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Like the hair goes up a little higher. Changes color.
Okay, let's talk. Quite. You want to talk about the opposite of a Super Saiyan version of me?
Yeah, let's talk about something you're absolutely not. I like that idea. So, the New York Times declares this age, the one that we exist in, the age of the twink. It's my time to shine, according to Brandon, apparently. He's like, you're a twinker.
You
But
are.
fucking... Shut up. I don't need this right now. But apparently it generally just talks about like how like fucking like twinks are like being more represented in fucking like media and shit, and like how there's like they're on the rise, right? And it's interesting because
So I should invest in Twinks? I didn't know that
The
Hostess
twink
Twinkies were
stock
that
market
popular.
is booming.
basically what I'm saying is donate to my Patreon.
Oh my
Invest
God.
in Quite because he's a twink.
Invest in Quite Coin.
How do you come to the conclusion that this is the age of twink? Like, what is your thought process that leads you to that?
I mean, like, there's a lot of.
It's
twinks
something
in-
to do with femininity among like people and like how men are becoming like the less kind of like masculine type.
Ah, yes, soy boys.
Basically, yeah.
Diesel, shut up.
I mean, have you seen like the soy boy pictures though, where they all like their mouths are always open?
Did you see that one tweet of like a dude, like total soy boy, like this was not ironic. He tweeted at like the soy company as like, you need to fix your bottle caps. I can't open them. And like his hand had like fucking marks from trying to open the fucking soy bottle.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Internal
So-
screaming.
Internal screaming.
But yeah,
how
everybody-
did the pictures
it's the
make
age
you
of the
feel
twink.
quiet on the age of the twink?
Age of the twink. I don't know.
Yes.
Wait,
Okay,
let
so
me-
now I'm looking at these pictures.
This image. I don't know. They're kind of cute.
Well, that just derailed my train of thought.
Yeah, he's caught up in how cute they are.
Time Magazine has a twink piece. Oh, instead of a think piece, a twink piece. Fucking
That's
kill
clever.
me.
That's clever.
That's very clever. That is quite possibly one of the most clever things I've
I'm
read.
surprised they used the term twink because I looked back and like someone in my comment section was like, "Oh, I can't believe you just said twink," and I'm like, "What are you fucking talking about?" And then like I looked back and like apparently twink was like used as like an offensive term at some point, and then like no one cares. Like it was like 2008.
It was like 1920.
No. Like the most recent I could find was like 2008.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was like
who cares though?
it was like yeah, exactly. I was like, what the fuck? Like what? I have not heard of this being like a derogatory term the longest fucking time, and it's like I say it in a video as a joke, and it's just like I can't believe you said that. It's like what the fuck? And then the New York Times does it. And it's like out of all the fucking people, it's like they do it. I'm just like in awe. I thought they would understand. It's apparently offensive or some shit. I don't fucking know. That just pissed me off.
It always depends on the context, but you're not allowed to make jokes about race, gender, or sexuality, Brandon. You.
It was literally
bigot.
like the most.
It wasn't a
retarded
joke. He
part
just
was-
called me a twink.
Yeah,
Like, he only called me a twink.
It was. It's
Yeah.
just like it was like.
Look,
hey,
but
quite
quite
your twink.
is funny
It's like, whoa,
'cause it's
whoa.
true.
It's like I call a friend a twink, and it's like whoa.
Hey, whoa, what you doing?
I don't know. That was just so fucking dumb to me. Like the article, the article about the guy who got in trouble for it was like One Direction. The guy called One Direction like a bunch of twinks or some shit, and he apologized because of media backlash. It's fucking funny, but like I don't know. That pissed me off. I wanted to bring it up.
The age of the twink.
The Age of the Twink coming soon to theaters.
Twonk.
Twonk.
I don't
That's
know
good.
why, but like adding like the on sound to things like rock, like you know my obsession with the word ronk,
Yes.
like just those words make me laugh.
Dwayne the Ronk Johnson.
Ronk.
Pull the lever, wrong.
You fucking retarded.
Shut up. Oh God.
Okay, now we can talk about the super serious topic.
The super.
Well,
Okay,
great
this is the most serious topic
segue.
of the podcast. Fucking transition. So, Amir Van of the boy band / rap group Brockhampton was accused of sexual misconduct recently, and there were levied at him by several girls, and like allegedly there were lyrics about him like rapping about. Said I like get like some of the things that he allegedly did like in Brockhampton.
Okay,
songs.
he didn't allegedly rap about it. He rapped about it, but the
No.
actions.
He's
are-
rapping about the things that he allegedly did. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you corrected yourself, but like you started off with saying allegedly rapped.
Yeah. The two examples we were able to find are like that we think are what they're talking about, because like I don't know if they specified it in the tweets, but like
Oh wait.
this is-
Let's talk about like his kind of like we should probably talk about his response first or some shit.
Yeah.
So there's more
So like
context.
he denied them. First and foremost, and he admitted to like saying that he cheated and that he wasn't like a great like boyfriend over the years, but he like says that he like never had relations with a minor. He never like crossed legal boundaries or like criminally harmed anyone or disrespected them. Like that's his response, right? Like he denies emotional and sexual abuse.
Yeah. And then where are the lyrics?
On Milk, it was like it's like the four lines of like the last four bars of his first verse. And there's a couple women, and they know some things about lies that I done told and shit that I done said, and ninjas that I robbed. So I'm real paranoid. I have voices in my head, right? And then on Heat, it was I love to watch them squirm. I love when bitches bleed. If she's sucking in the barrel, you can't hear her scream. So kiss the fucking carpet. This is aggravated larceny, and then I'm out the door. It's monsters in your home. Black gloves, mask on, muzzle plated crumb.
See, that one's the bad one. That one's the one that doesn't help at all. So, I don't really know what to think about this personally, because it's like, I don't know.
It's
it doesn't
right
look
now.
good.
It's he said she said. If he did it, like if he did anything like of what they're alleging, like he obviously needs to face the fucking lights.
Yeah.
it's just like, but right now, like, there's no evidence in either direction that I know of. Maybe by the time this goes up, something new will have come up, or maybe we're missing something, but I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't look good, and it's like, I wonder how Brockhampton's gonna handle this as a whole.
Yeah, and like, allegedly, like, according to like former Brockhampton members, I'm not exactly sure who. Like, I didn't get around to verifying that, but supposedly, fucking the members of Brockhampton knew well about it, and they kept it hush hush. But I don't know how accurate that is, because again, like, I didn't verify it.
Yeah, I'm just curious how they're gonna respond to it, or like at all, because it's like they're with the label now, so this is
RCA.
Yeah, this is definitely not a good look or anything a label would want, especially to people who are like newly signed. So it's like,
Yeah, absolutely.
so they're probably gonna make them do something about it and maybe kick them out, because like you can't be having that when you're like if they were still independent, they can make decisions, right? But it's like, since they're under somebody else, it's like you signed a contract to basically give away your soul. That's basically what happened. So
Yeah, I have no idea how, like, what they plan to like respond to this with, honestly.
yeah, I the only response I see is kicking him and then just kind of being like, we didn't know, or something like that, if it gets confirmed.
Kicking him or irrefutably like proving it wrong, which I don't see how they could do.
I don't see how either side could prove this right or wrong unless there's like text or audio
Yeah,
or
like
video.
one of the people like who was making the tweets about it said they had like the DMs in their old phone, so I don't know if like anything's gonna come of that.
Their old phone? Did the text reset when you get a new phone?
have
Well,
no
I mean,
idea.
like, I don't know. Like, it could have been like a different SIM card or some shit. But like, either way, I'm pretty sure like the fucking network provider could probably pull them up if they knew the numbers.
Yeah, you could go to your carrier and get everything confirmed, because they keep all that.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do keep all your texts, so you could go in and be like, I need to see my text from like.
I can't remember if it
blank.
was like text evidence or if it was picture evidence, which could have been the issue.
Picture evidence. That would look really
Like pictures
bad.
to prove that like she was where they like where like she said she was at like certain time day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that wouldn't look good either.
Yeah, like to prove that like she knew Amir Van and all that shit. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's gonna be an interesting situation to see unfold, to say the least.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like I've just been like listening to Brockhampton in my playlist though. Whenever it comes up, like I have to skip it because I can't not think about it. Right?
Yeah, like the lyrics really don't help the case at all. They really don't.
It's like it's not even like the songs it's on though. Like I just see Brockhampton and I start hearing that shit. I'm like, fuck, I love this music, but it's like I can't enjoy it because like this like other thing is like on my mind. Like I'm just like stuck in that like thought cycle.
Yep.
You know, I'm not belittling this. Like, I mean, honestly, the ultimate solution is just to remove him from Brockhampton. But like, we think about like him talking about the sexual misconduct in the lyrics of these songs, and that makes me think about other rappers that literally just talk about killing people, and it's very clear that they've killed people. They've gone to jail for killing people, or like they haven't. Like, it's not confirmed, but you know, you're pretty sure they are, or they're pretty sure they have killed someone, and like. Lyrics like that are still written, and there are still rappers who talk about stuff like that today, and we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it's like accepted as like hyperbole because a lot of people aren't about it. Like when they rap about it, they don't actually do those things. Some of them do, but
yeah,
those are usually the ones who don't last long.
Yeah, see, it's like when you get into the territory of like, oh, why are you writing that? And like, oh, don't write that kind of thing. It's like that's seen as like limiting their art and like what they want to convey. So like you really can't like if it's obvious they killed someone, yeah, use the lyrics as evidence. But like if there's no evidence, it's hyperbole. Like Quite said,
like Kendrick's fucking rapped about like killing people, but it's like or like hypothetically killing people, but it's not like I don't think he's actually killed anybody. But he's like brought it up like in a question, like what if I told you I killed someone?
I mean, most rappers have the fuck you money to just make people vanish anyway.
Yeah, I agree. They're just not fighting in the streets anymore. That's pretty much it.
It's a darn shame. All we get is KSI versus Logan Paul boxing matches.
That's the
Back
best.
in my day, they just shot each other.
Yeah, that's the best rap beef we're gonna get. Logan Paul versus KSI.
Oh god.
Okay, speaking of Logan Paul and KSI, let's talk about irrational fears and phobias.
I'm afraid of. I have a rational fear of Logan Paul. That's not
Same.
true. I don't care.
Same. So, quite, what did you even want to dive into this with? Just
I don't know,
talking
just
about
a
them?
general conversation about like irrational fears, like and shit. Like, I've always like been curious, like where the fuck do they come from, right? Because they're like irrational.
Yeah.
Like, do they come from like past trauma, like an association with an event? Do they come from like just a fucking like reaction that you have built into you? I don't know.
Past trauma, for sure, depending on the person. And then stuff built in to your brain, for sure. You guys know the hole phobia, where it's like, let me find it.
Trypophobia, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like, that's like, you shouldn't be scared of that, because it's like, it's just a bunch of holes, but it's like, it's unsettling to look at, you know? And like, some people have that.
It could be?
What?
It could be like a genetic leftover from like fucking fire ant hills or some shit.
Could it? I mean, I don't know. I just know that people don't like it. Like, okay, personally, right? I don't mind the ones that is like metal or something, but the ones that are like a bunch of holes on hands, like that stuff pisses me off. And it's not like people make the argument like, oh, so you have a phobia of small holes or a bunch of small holes. It's like, no, I have a phobia of a bunch of small holes on my fucking hand. You know, like not just holes, just on my hand.
That's not an irrational
like,
fear.
The fucking like the holes in the fucking dots in the shower head don't bother me, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, but like the holes in an anthill, like I hate that shit. Cause like, but I think it's like a big part of that is like why we're like still so fucking terrified of bugs. Like gnats can't do shit to you, right? But like you fucking hate them, like you want them dead.
I just don't like bugs because they look weird. Like,
But why do you think they look weird?
Because they look weird.
Yeah, you don't have a reason for it.
They just look
Like,
weird.
that's irrational.
Like it's
Like-
fucking. I think a lot of it's like fucking genetic leftovers.
Like
the-
spiders
the
have. Don't spiders have like
the
8
ants-
legs?
The fucking like listen, like the ancestors of ours who survived were the ones who had like this fucking like built-in instinct to stay away from these bugs that could kill them so much more easily back in the day. So like all the humans that are left are just like have that as a standard thing.
Yeah, then bugs are just like nasty. You know, it's like, God, I hate bugs.
I
hate
don't know.
bugs.
A lot. I've read up on like.
Brandon, this is exactly what I mean.
I just hate
I've
bugs.
read up on the trypophobia thing where people have like the fears of like groupings of small holes and stuff like that, and usually it's like a lot of it has to do with the unknown because you don't know what's like inside them. Like you're not afraid of the grouping, you're afraid of what's in there. So it is kind of like a genetic leftover from what like I've read. However, a lot of people also say that that's not a real phobia. And I mean, I've seen like when conversations like this come up on like other podcasts or other videos, there's like tons of people in the comments who are like, yeah, I have that phobia. Like I have that. Like, so is it real or is it like something else that we're just not associating with correctly?
Let me ask this: is there a phobia for stuff being in your toilet that's not shit or piss?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Like,
what the
like,
fuck?
What are you
like,
talking
No,
about?
like, is there like a legitimate phobia for like a snake being in your toilet or something?
I think there is actually.
And you're like taking
Yeah, it's
a
called
shit.
"There's a fucking snake in my toilet."
Yeah,
There's,
but
it's
like,
called,
but
there's
like,
a fucking
okay,
snake in my
okay,
toilet. How did
what-
it get
so,
there? Holy
okay,
shit! What the hell?
When I'm on like Reddit or something, I'll sometimes see a post of someone posting a picture or like a video of them pulling a fucking snake out of their toilet, and it's like you look at that, and like every time you go to like use the bathroom for a set amount of time, it's just like, is there a fucking snake in here? Or is there like is there something in here that's gonna bite my ass literally?
So maybe not like exactly for a snake being in your toilet, but like, it's like the irrational fear of like snake or fucking like or snakes in general is like ophidiophobia, and like I guess that's like expecting it in just like really weird spots, like your toilet, for instance.
See, the toilet's not that weird because there's water in it, and it's like they could come through, but it's unlikely.
But there's a snake in there. I can't go in.
Can't put on my shoes.
No.
There's a snake
Brandon,
in
how
my boot.
likely is it though? How likely is it though?
How likely? It's super unlikely. But you're like,
Maybe in
Exactly.
Australia.
It's irrational.
but you're just like, but what if there is? And this one time you don't check.
Exactly. It's
You're gonna get
irrational.
your
Well, I
ass
mean,
bit.
I don't sit down to take a shit and think about the alligators that are going to come up and bite.
No,
my
I
ass.
usually
wasn't
don't either,
before.
right? But it's
Brandon,
only
I wasn't before, but I am now. Thanks.
yeah, exactly. It's only after being reminded that kind of stuff happens. So like, if you see like a Reddit post or something about it, you're just like, oh fuck, I don't want something to come up and bite my ass. Like,
I got we okay. You know what we need? Like, we need to invent to like make millions. I'll tell you after the podcast.
It's gonna be like we're gonna put saran wrap around everything but your butthole. And
Snake repellent for your toilet. Never have a snake bite your ass.
You know how you put in those like things that make your toilet smell better? It's gonna be like poopery, but to keep snakes from coming up your toilet.
Poopery or popery?
It's called poopery.
It's called poopery? Why is it? God, no.
Because it makes your poop not smell like
It's
poop.
popery.
Why don't you look
It's
up a
not
list of
potpourri.
irrational fears?
I don't want
Okay,
to look
I'll
up
do it.
irrational
I'll do
phobias. What if I'm afraid?
List
Well,
of irrational.
You'll figure out you're afraid. You'll know it's irrational.
Okay, phobia list. The ultimate list of phobias and fears. All right.
Pop-up book of phobias.
All right. I'm going to skip the first two because who cares? It's arachnophobia and ophidiophobia. We already covered those. Acrophobia is the fear of heights. Agoraphobia is the fear of open or crowded spaces. Cynophobia is the fear
really
of
weird
dogs. God,
phobia.
cynophobia is a fucking miserable existence. It sounds like
Fear of dogs. I know a couple people who are scared of dogs.
that sound. I feel bad.
It's mostly for past trauma.
Astrophobia, the fear of thunder/lightning. That one makes sense. Claustrophobia, the fear of small spaces.
That one also makes sense.
Does that mean you're afraid of Santa Claus? Ho, ho, ho. Stop it, Patrick. You're scaring him.
I'm afraid of getting lost inside this hoodie and never getting it out. Never getting out. Every single light of day. Misophobia is the fear of germs. Aerophobia is the fear of flying. Trypophobia is the fear of holes. Carcinophobia is the fear of cancer. Nice.
That's a pretty reasonable fear.
But people with this develop extreme diets, so I mean, like, maybe they, like, over-plan for it.
Oh.
Thanatophobia is the fear of death, even talking about death.
Thanos
phobia.
phobia.
Like, the fucking... but, like, just, like, the fucking concept, I guess, like, just fucks them up. Glossophobia, the fear of public speaking. Monophobia, the fear of being alone. Okay, there's, like, 100 of these. I'm not gonna keep going.
I want to hear the really irrational ones, like the irrational fear and phobia of Bigfoot. I want to hear that kind of shit.
Cacomorphobia, the fear of fat people.
That's a pretty irrational
I'm sorry, Brandon.
one. There's people in this world who are scared of me just because I'm big.
Kinemortophobia, the fear of zombies.
Ah, yes.
That one's
the
really
zombie
fucking
crisis.
irrational. I wake up and I just think, damn, really don't want some zombies killing me today.
I feel like that's fair, though. Like, I wouldn't want him to kill me either. I feel like most of these are fair if you put them in perspective.
I mean, it makes sense, but
The fear
zombies,
of something that
like,
literally
don't
can
exist.
never happen?
But it's like people can't fucking control it. Like, if it's not like that they're like know it's gonna happen and like they're just stressing over when it does. It's like they're afraid of the concept, I guess, for a lot of these.
Hear about zombies as a child. Oh man, I don't want zombies.
But like, fuck. Well, if you like think about like Last of Us zombies, like that shit's fucking terrifying because like.
Well, the Last
it
of
could
Us
happen.
zombies are like not even really zombies. It's like that's something that could happen because it's like a fungal infection.
But
or
like
something.
that's more of what I think of when I think of zombies. Like, and that's like.
Nah, when I think of zombies, I
fucking-
think of cartoon dead people.
When I think of zombies, I think of like viral infections and like that are like driven by parasites. That's what I've thought like for like a long ass time.
Nah, not personally. So that's a pretty irrational one. What else? Is there the fear of Bigfoot? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a phobia for Bigfoot.
Fear of Bigfoot.
I'm looking up the
Damn.
phobia of Bigfoot.
Why are you so
phobia-
obsessed with Bigfoot?
Because I'm sure there's a fucking phobia for it.
Oh, just for
Imagine
the
if-
record.
I wonder
on
if there's
Loud
It's
a
Mouse-
phobia
literally
Genji
called
means.
Bigfoot phobia.
I
Wow.
wonder if there's a fucking. I wonder if there's like a phobia of Genji mains.
A phobia of Genji means.
I'm sure there is if you played Overwatch.
Any Bastion main fucking like has it.
Should we teach Brandon about the
Art
finer things in
and
life?
culture.
Art and culture. We'll make Brandon a man of culture yet. So this is the second segment of recommending music to Brandon and also you guys. And so me and Diesel each have 3 more songs to recommend. And Diesel, you go first.
Okay, so my 3 songs are Mexico by Alestorm, Moby Dick by Jakey, and Zoek mich find mich by Oomph.
That one's weird.
The names of the music you pick like are just getting progressively weirder.
It's good stuff.
Okay, so for my Rex, I chose A Little Bit of This by GTA featuring Vince Staples.
Grand Theft Auto?
No, Good Times Ahead.
I prefer Grand Theft Auto.
well, it's a good song. Pizza Shop Extended by IDK with Young Gleesh, MF Doom, and Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Ooh.
Paper Callin' by Cousin Stizz.
Links to all of those will be in the description. Diesel will do it.
I will. Jesus, I will put those there. Yes, for the next episode of Loudmouse. Let's wrap up, cuties.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Loudmouse. We are available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube as always. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at loudmouse_. Be sure to subscribe and follow to our individual accounts. Link to those somewhere.
Description.
Yeah. New episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. Yeah. We'll see you guys next time.